We are live.
Ready to rock and roll.
Ready to rock and roll from
Tyndall Barbell.
Beautiful Tyndall Barbell. Oh, been a week.
Been a week. I am hungover. Holy.
Yeah, you shouldn't be out doing that anymore. You're too
I
old
know.
for that stuff.
It was supposed to be one drink.
That's not even a joke. You are too old for that stuff.
Yeah. I feel terrible. You weren't going to let me not pod, so.
No. I waited around
Get up.
all
I'm
night
like,
waiting for you to get home yesterday. And then I got a snap about 7 o'clock. I'm like, well, I guess we're not podding.
Yeah. It ain't going to work. No.
You're in a pool somewhere. I'm like, all right, I guess Gord's dying. I might not have a co-host tomorrow.
Yeah. I was very close to death this
Very
morning.
close,
Yeah.
very close. So, but bullying works, peer pressure works. Here you are.
Yep.
And
Got a piece of toast and liquid IV.
There was cheese on there.
Yeah. A little slice of processed cheddar.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with that.
No.
Age-old
I'm an
habit
athlete.
here.
That's what we eat.
Athlete.
I'm an athlete.
So, but I mean, we had to do a pod
We do.
because
I had to get me off the couch
The Iron
'cause,
Image crew had
The Iron Image crew
quite the weekend.
killed
Absolutely
it.
killed
Yeah.
it. So,
It was fun.
for those of you who remember, those of you who are tuning in the first time, last weekend, Gord and Jocelyn had Western Canada's Strongest Master,
Yeah.
along with
The
our good
first,
friend Michelle.
What's it called? The first inaugural?
First inaugural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully we do it again. So hopefully it worked
I
out.
hope so.
Sounds like Tyler enjoyed how it went. So
Yeah. Well, I know he wanted to get Rumble a big show.
Yeah.
Because of, we usually give them MSM. That's our biggest show. And
Westerns was the same weekend.
Western's the same weekend. So most of the guys for MSM would be gone.
Yeah.
Or the top three. In an ideal situation would have been gone. I ended
Top
up being
three,
the
yeah.
only one going.
Yep. Yeah,
so
and that
when we
decision
brought
was made
that
long
one
enough back that you kind of go run with it now.
Exactly. So it was good. Like I said, I know he wanted to do a big show, so he brought in the Masters and
Yeah.
looked like it ran really well.
Yep.
I was pretty limited on how much I could catch, given the fact that I was also competing.
Competing at the same time. It was good. The skies opened up and poured on us. Holy.
Yeah, but
Everything was wet. My sandbags are still wet. I got them on the floor there with the fan on them. Once it gets good and hot, I'll put them outside and they'll dry.
Yeah,
up
stick
nice
them out and let
outside,
it dry.
I just don't want them to
It was
roll.
nice and hot today.
Yeah,
Well,
actually,
were,
I didn't have a lot of
you were a
motivation today.
little
I had 2
occupied.
showers trying to survive.
But,
Just a cold one this morning. I'm like, oh, I'm dying.
if only you had a cold plunge outside, you could have jumped
I know.
into.
I just didn't have the energy to fill it up.
Oh no, I can't turn the hose on.
Yeah,
You really overdid it. Damn.
I did. Yeah, that's the worst. That's the sickest I've been in a long
That's your
time.
one for the year.
That's my one
No
for like
more.
probably 2 years. I actually might never drink again.
It's not a bad life. I enjoy it.
Yeah,
But I mean,
and I don't drink very often anyway. Like one beer every other week, 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
It's not really that hard to go without.
No,
Especially now that
Yep.
the non-alcoholic stuff is so good.
Yeah,
You can have a beer and
yeah, that's
taste
true.
like a
Yeah, I
beer.
should actually buy some for the house.
They're good. I like them.
Yeah.
But I mean,
a six-pack of Coronas.
quick overview, I guess.
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
mean, Jocelyn continues her tear.
Yeah,
mean-
the reign of terror.
Just the reign of Jocelyn. the nicest reign of terror you've ever seen. I
Yeah.
mean,
she
Manitoba's
won the
strongest
first-
woman last year. Finalist at OSG. Finalist, or very, very high placing at the
Arnold's, yeah.
And now Western Canada's strongest woman. Of Masters.
Master woman,
Emma kept on correcting herself on the stream. She
Oh,
goes,
okay.
Western Canada's strongest woman, over 40.
I didn't have to watch the screen yet. I watched a little bit.
It was a little spotty. I don't know
Was
if
it?
everyone's
Yeah.
had some Wi-Fi challenges,
Yeah.
especially being inside.
Yeah.
And they gave him some real struggles, but apparently he has a solution for that.
Okay.
So he's looking into maybe a hotspot
Okay.
and maybe having a Rogers sponsorship through it. So
Oh, that'd be nice.
we'll see. 'Cause he puts so much work into his streams. I feel terrible when they don't go perfectly.
Yeah.
Because I know it hurts him.
Oh yeah.
And I want it to go perfectly.
Very
and he just-
perfectionist-y.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
But, so Jocelyn, dominant performance. I think she won all but one event.
Nope. She won the first 3 log. Deadlift. Deadlift was close between her and Michelle.
Not shocking.
Yeah, but Michelle just the second bar she was waiting for an up command. So she sat there in the medley and she looked up and kind of forgot that it was just grab and go, you know what I mean? So that would have brought it even closer. So, but yeah, no, it was a good medley. They ripped right through it. And what was the third event? Throwing. Oh yeah, her throwing is unreal. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, so it's pretty hard to beat that. She got every bag over every bar, and
Yeah, well, I think she was top
she
3
could do
at
a
OSG.
5-pound. Yeah, she could do a 5-pound heavier bag on every bar too.
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, she was third at OSG on bag
Yeah,
throwing. So
pretty dominant
that's pretty
performance.
wild. Yeah. She's just a monster bag thrower.
Yeah, that's just unreal. And then, I mean, for
The steeplechase
Michelle-
was fun. That was a fun event.
Yeah,
My
you were
back
saying.
was lit up bad, but yeah, no, we can finish talking about the girls. And yeah, then they had the yoke to farmers, which yoke is never her best, but it's getting a lot better. So Jose won the yoke to farmers, actually.
Really?
Yeah. It
Oh,
was
wow.
kind of a dark horse there.
Well, she's got good grip. So really,
Yeah.
as long as she can hold
Well,
on
she
to
was
it, she's
fast on
fine,
the
yeah.
yoke.
Oh,
So,
wow. Okay.
yeah.
I would assume she would be. It's just that we don't see yoke that often in Manitoba.
Yeah.
Really, it's kind of just the bigger shows.
We used to see it all the time when Devin was running the shows. Devin always had
We had
yokes.
those big, beautiful yokes
Yeah.
that he had to get his money's worth out of.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
But I mean, really, I think the only yoke last year was Manitoba's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
And
That was
there's- I
900
don't
or
think
800.
There's no yoke this year in the Manitoba competitions
Nope.
that I can think of.
Other than that one, yeah. Other than that one for us, yeah.
So interesting. I mean, I'd like to see more yoke. I like yoke.
I love yoke, yep.
Yeah.
Now that I'm good at it, I hated it before. But
Yeah, well, both of you and Jocelyn have really improved on the yoke. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, I remember you guys used to just abhor it
Yeah.
beforehand.
Yeah.
And both of you now seem to enjoy your training sessions with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I really look forward to yoke training. Yep.
Turns out when to get fast, it's more fun.
Yep. It really is, yeah.
And then you
Farmers
guys
I've
finished off
started
with
enjoying,
the
so- and then
drag
the-
into the arm over arm medley.
Yeah. The girls' drag, I'm sure, was heavier than ours.
Did you guys have the same implement?
No, they had they had a train wheel, 300-pound train wheel with a
okay.
plate on a big surface area, right? So you've got like a 16 by 16 square dragging
Bunch
on
of
the
friction.
ground. So they had a hard time moving it.
Oh.
But we had the chain that didn't have a ton of friction. So
Yeah,
it was just
it's
like the link
rounded,
was
it's
sitting on the
large.
edges, like the amount of touching, like we just grabbed that thing and it was just a sprint. You know what I mean? It was a formality at that point. But
Yeah, we had something similar, which we'll get into my show later.
yeah,
but,
yours guys was
ours was very
it was
similar
the
to
same
that.
thing. It was
actually
way lighter than
yours.
it. What's that?
Our drag was actually lighter than yours.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get into that later. But I mean, yeah, the girls' unbelievable performance.
Yeah.
I know Michelle's got to be thrilled with
Oh
that.
yeah, she was pumped. Yeah.
I mean, that's
She wanted that bad.
Especially
she needed a good
post-surgery.
comeback show where
Oh, yeah.
she killed. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
And it was
she
good events
really
for her.
did.
Most of the events were good for her.
So, did Joe have to do anything really to win? Like, did she have to hit any PRs? I don't know.
No.
She kind of just was able to come in and
Yeah,
do
she
her
opened.
thing.
Her log was so good. She opened. I think just hit.
Her log's
She
just
had her. She had her
obnoxious.
150 was her opener, but I think 130 was the best or 120. So she knocked it down to 140 and just
Yeah,
hit
her
the
her
one
log
and-
is just
yeah,
obnoxious.
yeah,
so
her log is really very good. And
that's fantastic.
yeah, and her bag throwing was bag throwing, and no PRs on anything. No,
Well, that makes sense.
which is nice to get into.
Winning the deadlift event, though, that's because I know Joe
Yeah,
notoriously hates deadlifting.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, now same
so
thing.
it's
Now you're
nice to
better
see
at
an
it.
event
So.
win, right?
Yeah, yeah, she's a 400 plus deadlifter every day.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome to hear that. Because I know even going into OSG, she was so worried about that 400-pound axle.
Yeah.
Now it's like that's an
Yeah,
everyday
and then she got it
occurrence
for 3,
without a suit now.
2 or 3. Yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah,
So
yeah. You're once you pull, like for me too. Now that I'm pulling numbers that I was pulling in the suit, it's better. Like it's you're growing and getting better and better.
you
and
eventually
better.
have to realize that you no longer suck at this thing.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of holes in your game. You know what I mean? There's not an event where you're like, wow, this is damage control. You know?
Yeah, which you expect at your guys' level.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I'd say you guys are among the top in the country, and I mean, clearly among the top in the world. I mean,
Yeah.
don't forget you were top 15 at OSG, right?
Yeah.
Like you guys are at that level where
Yeah.
if you had a hole in your game,
Yeah.
I'd be pestering you about it.
Yeah, for
Right?
sure. Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, we'd be.
we
working on
hold
it,
each
yeah.
other to a higher standard than that, I think.
I do. Yeah, I
so-
do agree. Yeah.
But no, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
So then it ended up Joss on top, Michelle for a second, and Kelly for third. Those are 3 strong girls.
yeah,
That's for
no,
sure,
really.
yeah.
And well, do we have anyone from out of town? I
No,
think it was all
no out of
locals,
town
eh?
ladies. Yeah, they
It's
ended up
unfortunate.
dropping off. So there was a few signed up, but then they couldn't make it. So
Yeah, and that
And
happens.
same
I
with the
mean-
guys too. There was a couple that had to back out too.
Yeah, and that happens. I mean, life happens, things happen.
Yeah.
You can't be at everything all the time, and
Yeah.
you got to make choices, right? I mean, I know the guys. You had a pretty stacked up lineup there.
Guys were strong.
There
Yeah.
was a really, really good crew.
Denny was not happy that we called Ryan Vance for the win.
Denny,
But Denny came out and he
Denny,
put it. He laid
we
it
were
out.
right.
Yeah. Half a point. Yeah.
a win's a win. I hate to say it, but we were right. We love you.
Well,
But
those two put on a show. They just ran away on pretty
So-
much everybody.
I did, because I think originally you predicted that Ryan would win the deadlift ladder. And
yeah, I thought,
that was,
yeah.
I think it was your original prediction.
Yeah.
And I think I'd messaged you. I can't remember if I did or not, but Shelby and I went out to the Strength Edge, and he was there training
Yeah.
the medley. And I think I texted you, and I kind of said, I was like, I think Denny's got him
Yeah.
because
Oh,
he
that's
was
right, yeah.
having trouble getting out of his figure eights.
Right. Well, that's the thing is they couldn't use figure eights
Oh, really?
because he came out with his figure eights, and I'm like, oh, I don't think you might want to ask, but I'm pretty sure no figure eights for this. So
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So
that would have
the
actually-
weights were light enough. He could have just gone versus.
yeah, yeah,
But yeah, no, he was having trouble getting in and out of them. So I was kind of like, okay, like, is he going to be slow? And then if he had to use a different strap when he was training, then that would
yeah.
really throw you
So maybe
off.
if he had the figure eights, it might have went different because they were within
Maybe.
seconds. Yeah,
Yeah, well, it usually is when they're at that high level and it's
Yeah.
that light of weight for those guys. But
yeah.
I mean, yeah, great performance from both of them again. Like,
Oh yeah, it was unreal. It was fun to watch.
It looked like a good battle.
Well, it came down to me and Denny in the end on log, and that was fun. He's just a good competitor. Like, it came down to I knew he was going to win, so it wasn't an issue of like I can't push him on log. Like my log is good, but not that good. So it came down. We hit 275. Me, him, and Vance was the last three, I guess, but that was Vance's third because he opened 20 pounds lighter than I did. So
Oh,
then I
interesting.
still had then I still had one lift left. So then I knew 295 wasn't going to go. So it was just whatever. I don't want to do it. Go ahead, Denny. Like, and he's like, whoa. And then we chatted with Tyler, and I said, I'd like 285. So I wanted,
Yeah.
and he said, no, gentleman's agreement. We shook hands on 285, and I said, if I get, Denny had to go first, so Denny hit the 285, and then if I hit it, I said Denny could have a fourth, just
Yeah,
to
yeah.
give,
Just because you wanted to hit the 285.
yeah. And we just said, yeah, no problem. So we gave him the, and I ended up missing, but kind of, yeah. I think back, I could have got that, but I should have even maybe tried one more time. But my back, when I cleaned the 275, I think my back crunched so bad when I came back, and it was just like lightning bolts coming down my back. So then I was still okay in the 285 log. I felt a good crunch, and then I kind of bombed on it a little bit because it came up over my head, and I bounced out of that. But yeah, and then after that, like my back was bad. I had to go to the massage table, and it was one of those pains that was like a lightning bolt down the back of my spine that would like just about crumple you. And I'm like, great, I got deadlifts now. So
Yeah, of all the things to have after that.
yeah,
right?
so it was one of those things where, yeah, my deadlifts did not go the way I wanted to. I wanted that 635, and I believe if my back wasn't bad, it would have for sure been there. Because I took the 555 because they lowered the bar too. The first one, I guess they just had whatever weights they had. So
Yeah, it's kind of make it work on
yeah,
game day.
and there was guys there that weren't gonna pull the 585 to start with, like so. And then
That's-
it made
that's
it
a
better
heavy
for
weight.
you look at everybody and you're like, hey, I want everybody involved. Like, there's no sense having 5 guys zero the deadlift. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
so we knocked it down. Still kept the 675 at the top, and 2 deadlift bars instead of just 1. So then I hit that, and then I went to the 595. And watching back on the video, I should have tucked in tighter because they were wedged. The plates were rolling because we're on a bit of an angle, so they had wrist straps to stop the barbell from rolling. And I normally pull the bar in and then pull up. So I was set up 2 inches back, thinking I could pull it in just because I was in the moment. I should have rolled the bar ahead and let it come to me. So as soon as I picked it up, I watched the video. It slams into my shins, and my back just like a lightning bolt shot down it. And I'm like, nah, I'm not.
You don't care
It's
that
not.
much.
It's not today. No, I'm not dying. I'm not dying for a barbell. So
Yeah.
and then yeah, it didn't affect my yoke to farmer
Which
at
is
all.
weird. I would expect it to affect
Yeah,
your yoke.
yeah, it affected my bag throwing. My bag throwing was
Yeah, that big
still
extension.
there. It was still there. Like, I still had a good bag run,
Yeah.
and but I missed the first bag every time. 35-pound bag. I have no respect for it. So
Nope.
I sail that thing 10 feet past the bar, straight up in the air, and come down. You're like, Case, get it together, man. I would have had a good time if I would have just hit that first bar too. But those are little things that you're like, you can pick it apart later, and
You go back,
it's not
you
worth
look
it.
at
I'm still,
it, you adjust
I'm
it.
still overall happy with the
mean,
day. And
Do respect you. You weren't beating Denny or Vance.
No,
So
no,
like
yeah.
third place, pretty
Yeah.
good showing
Yeah.
overall.
yeah, and I
but
had the height on the 16-foot bar, and maybe I think I just ran out of time. I don't know why I gave up on it. My back was just like,
Could have been sore. Could
and
have
I'm
been a
like,
lot of
whatever. I
things.
had the height, and I'm like, I don't even kind of stopped caring.
Yeah. I mean, Garrett was telling me about how he wasn't feeling 100% that day or whatever, and he was glad that he could still hang with you or whatever. He beat you on the event, I guess.
He had a great day.
Oh, yeah, he
Garrett
did.
had a
But I
great
kind of
day,
said
yeah.
to him, I was like, but all due respect, like, you guys are old. Like, you're masters athletes. Like,
Yep.
if any of you are 100% on any given day, I'm calling BS. Like realistically, if you're a strength athlete in your 40s, you're not 100%.
Never,
ever. And that's just the reality of the sport.
Yep.
So like, you know, I'm sure Vance wasn't 100%. I'm sure Denny wasn't 100%. Like,
no.
No one's ever. I mean, heck, most of us in our 20s are barely hanging together half the time. So I mean, like, it is what it is. The sport's brutal. So I mean, just to crush through an injury like that, like, you know, good on you. Hey, Garrett, good on you for crushing through it sick.
Garrett,
right?
Garrett had a hell of a day.
Yeah. It's almost like you should just compete at that body weight.
Yeah, I think he came in like 215, 220, somewhere in there. 215, I think he said ish, which is fine.
I think he seems strong at that body weight.
Oh yeah,
I know he's got his goals and stuff, but it's like, you know, when you're, I think he will win you 80 if he gets down, if he wants what he wants to do. Like he is that good of an athlete, but also like, man, you're really strong at 215. 220 maybe, like you'd be a good.
He'll get up to 240 sometimes too.
I don't know if he needs to get that heavy.
No,
I think he loses athleticism, but I mean that like 215 to 220, he seems to be in a really good position. So I don't know.
Yeah, he looks good. His deadlifts went good. His bag throwing, I can't remember how that went. I think it went okay. He's a good bag thrower.
I'm hoping between this show and he's doing Selkirk as a light heavyweight. I'm hoping that that'll be enough where he's kind of like, okay, maybe after I've had my fun in U80, I'll stay here for a little bit, you know. So we'll see. Never can tell with that guy.
Then it started to rain on us, so that was where everything went crazy, and we moved everything into the beer garden, which was actually a lot of fun.
That actually made the show
fun. Yeah.
That's where I tuned in.
Because everybody's on top of you there.
Oh, yeah, it looked... I'm just dying over
I'm okay,
here. COVID.
No, that's from that. Yeah, I don't know what the cough is from, but my chest is sore from benching the other day. Oh.
It's rough, eh?
Yeah. Falling apart. Tough times, It's a tough week. It was a tough week lifting,
I didn't lift. I was feeling too terrible.
Yeah, so. I didn't go for anything heavy, but just nothing was moving.
Yeah. That is what it is. But yeah, I mean, like the inside when you guys were in there, it's like, I was saying, but it's like Gimli. I love so much, right? Because everyone's right there in the cul-de-sac, and it's close and intimate and tight. Just because that's what it is. It's a cul-de-sac. It's not very big. That's kind of how I felt with the beer garden, where it's like you guys are like right there.
The little pylons and red tape there, and like people sitting like at the pylons. You know what I mean?
No, it was pretty cool looking. I know it was a family affair, right? Mal was driving the truck.
Yeah, Mal drove the truck, and Emily was on the live stream. It was pretty.
It was pretty Grimalson family weekend.
So,
Em did good on the live stream.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
She did a good job. Other than repeatedly forgetting that you guys were Masters athletes. It's like Western Canada's strongest man.
We got to give her the fact sheet before we go. She's spouting out facts, and I'm going,
no,
they're wrong.
Here's the titles. Figure it out. Who else was on the
though.
stream? Was it Ryan?
Phrase,
Okay, it was Phrase. I thought it was, but I couldn't.
He did good too.
I'm not good enough with names yet. I'm still matching voices to names and such, but he did a really good job. I thought it was him.
He did a great job.
So
they came around and got a bunch of information from us ahead of time. We filled out a sheet for accomplishments and stuff like that. I haven't listened
so much.
I know I haven't listened to it yet to see if any of it was useful or not. But
I just hate just pumping my own ego up.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what is your greatest accomplishment? It's like, I don't know.
Like getting a dog.
I won this title, I guess. But I don't know. I have a hard time with it. It's just not who I am to talk about myself. So, as we're on a podcast talking about ourselves, but we're usually hating ourselves. We're usually telling ourselves how terrible we are at things. Really, let's be honest.
What we suck at.
a lot of things we suck at. But I mean, like I know you didn't look very happy after your arm over arm.
I was furious and I had nothing left. And then I think about it, I didn't eat. I didn't eat a thing all day, and I'm like, oh, blood sugar. Because as soon as I grabbed onto the truck, the chain was nothing, and I was fast on the chain. But as soon as I grabbed onto the truck, I'm like, the truck pull was supposed to be my jam. Like that was what I was going to be good at. You know what I mean? And then as soon as I grabbed it, I'm like, I gave it 2 pulls, and I'm like, I have no energy. Like I have no strength. I have no energy, and this thing's not moving. And I'm like, even Devin said too. He said the first 2 pulls, he's like, he couldn't figure out what was wrong. He's like, that is not you.
I guess to be fair too, is with the confusion of running inside and stuff and all that.
Yeah.
But I mean, like also
that's not even an excuse.
I can't even let you off the hook. You're a veteran competitor.
It's a three-quarter ton truck. Like we were pulling it for 100 feet in less time than I pulled it in 50.
Yeah, and you know better. You know better than to not eat. So
no, I know when I stunk something up, and that's the first event in a long time I'm stunk it up. But
Yeah.
Yep.
I really can't remember the last time.
Yeah.
Maybe the sandbags at OSG.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, that was a
Just made a
rookie-
mistake
Yeah, that
not
was a
picking
mistake.
up the Husafel.
Not necessarily.
Wasn't
So
stinking
I
it
think
up,
the
it was just an
mistake was
experience.
not eating. That was the mistake.
Yeah.
So I know better. I brought the food and I brought everything, and I get social and running around and things are happening.
It's
and-
hard.
Yeah.
And to be fair, too, it wasn't a huge show for you guys.
Yep.
You had, what, 7 guys?
Yeah. No.
Phrase, Denny, you, Garrett,
Jeff.
Trevor, Jeff,
Virgil. Scott.
Scott, Trevor? Or the 2 Trevors?
Travis, Crucial Nicky.
Travis,
I think there was,
Travis. That's
I
the
think
guy
there was
from
10, 11
Saskatchewan,
guys. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not bad, but it's
Yeah.
not a huge show.
No.
You don't have like a ton of time between attempts. You
Yeah.
don't have, 8, 9 guys, whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay. That was a pretty quick turnaround. More like a powerlifting flight than anything else.
Yeah.
So.
And then they tried to throw some things in between there. Ariel pulled a deadlift, trying to pull
Yeah, I
from
know Dan got cut, he said.
Yeah, he got cut. Yeah, because the skies were starting to get dark, and we're like, we got to start hurrying it up because
Start
it's
getting it
not going to
going,
go good. Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. But, I mean, it sounds like Rumble is happy. I saw some of the comments from the promoters. They're pretty good about signing in on that. So,
Yeah. Awesome.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe MSM will be back there next year. I don't know. It sounds like Westerns is going to be back in Devon again.
Okay.
Because I guess Sir was happy with the show and the town is happy with the show. So it sounds like we're going to be heading back there. So maybe it'll just be the same show next year. And I'm hoping that with everyone seeing, because I know Denny put someone out about, you got to compete in these things when there's opportunity. And it's master show with prize money. You got to show up.
Yeah.
You have to show up.
Yeah,
You have to
for
do
sure.
that. So hopefully more
grows.
women can show up next time.
Yep. That'd be fun. Yep. It's
Circumstances
always
and
fun.
stuff.
Just lifting
but-
with the boys. It's fun.
Yeah, no, it was really good. Yeah, it looked like a really, really fun time. I mean, to come away with a plaque and some cheddar,
Yep.
nothing wrong with that.
Cash. Cold,
So-
hard cash.
Before I forget, too, so we were saying about how the Iron Image crew had such a good weekend.
Yep.
I don't know if you know this, but the gym also sponsors a go-kart team,
Okay.
and they also won.
Oh, yeah? Nice. Yeah.
So crazy good weekend.
All right. Awesome. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we'll fly a couple provinces over, I guess. This beautiful hand-welded oil rig-looking trophy.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
It's the coolest trophy I own.
Yeah.
Like,
Some people are so artsy with their welding projects. It's
man, it's
yeah.
apparently
I
the guy
have
spent the whole weekend on 3 trophies.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
So it's like they're beautiful, they're heavy, match the theme of the show great. But I mean, I had a pretty good little weekend over at Western Canada's Strongest Man.
Yeah, you did. It was a hell of a weekend.
Did-
We got to watch Sunday because we had nothing up, and I was just feeling beat up. So.
That was my better day, anyways.
Yeah, no, it was
But,
great. That finger was wild to watch.
Well,
You and Billy giving her.
we'll get over to that one because I got lucky on that one.
Yeah.
JF let me know that too.
Okay.
But so I mean, yeah, walked away with second place.
Yeah, that was unreal. Right to the end, like that was a crazy ending.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was off the podium. And other than that, I was pretty solidly in third for the whole show.
Yep.
And then,
Yeah, you're up there. After day one, you're in third, no?
Yeah, I knew there were a couple of events.
And that was, I'm not going to lie, that was a little bit shocking. Because
No,
there's some big names there and some big boys. But
Like-
but once I see them in pictures and videos and photos or whatever, and they look huge, but then I see you with them, I'm like, oh, he's way bigger.
I always
Yeah.
kind of forget that.
Yeah,
I
I'm like,
always-
wow, he's big. Yeah,
Yeah, I kind of just
I forget too. I'm
that
like, I know you're
am-
bigger than me, but I just
Yeah,
feel
but
like,
there's no reference. Like we see each
Yeah.
other all the time,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, that guy's like really jacked. That dude's really big, and I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm like 70 pounds heavier than he is and 6
Yeah.
inches taller, right? Like,
Yeah.
you just forget these things.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, had a pretty good little showing. I mean, like, so it was nice where Shelby and I had to go out the week before for
Yep.
a wedding.
Yep.
You ever been to like a true Catholic wedding?
Probably.
They are
Maybe
long.
not. Yeah.
Like it was a cool
Well, a true
experience.
Catholic church, like
Well-
just a church day is long.
So, but-
kneeling,
well,
standing, kneeling, standing.
It was fun. Like it was a really good wedding. The people who were getting married are some of the nicest people on the planet. It's my brother's old buddy. We've been family friends for forever.
Right.
I wasn't prepared for how long a Catholic service goes.
Right.
Where they're like giving
Was it
the
hot too?
offering.
Hot weather?
Well, there's no air conditioning in the church.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a massive chapel. Like
Yep.
I've never been in a church this big, and there's like big wooden beams and
Oh, yeah,
gilded gold things everywhere.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, I am too poor to be in here. Like
Just want to take something home.
the guy's like doing the Gregorian chanting. I'm just like, this guy's got a voice. Just sitting there chanting away. And so the actual service was very nice. They got married, and then we went down to the Fairmont downtown.
Oh boy.
oh, did I feel poor?
Oh yeah.
I walk in there, and it's like the room is white with columns
ballroom.
and stuff, and
Yeah.
like murals of different places in Alberta.
Right.
They serve filet mignon.
Oh, fun.
As the beef.
So fancy.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very happy.
How big was it though?
No, it was actually a good
It was a good
size.
size?
It was a
Okay.
good size
Yep.
steak. Yeah.
And you just told them to keep bringing them?
perfectly rare. Yeah, pretty much. The dessert had like edible gold flake on it. And stuff.
yeah.
I'm just like, I am too poor to be in this room. My brother gave a really nice speech. He was the best man and all that. So I had a good time there. And then just got to spend some time in Alberta.
Yep.
You know, which is really nice. So we went, took Shelby to the petting zoo on
Yep.
Sunday because she
Yeah, I
wanted to see
saw
some
that, yeah.
micro Highland cows.
Yeah.
Can't lie.
Those
She
are
wants me
pretty-
to get one. I'm like,
pretty
we're not
cute.
getting one. But I'm like,
getting a
we might have to get one.
Might have to get a
They're
cow.
pretty cute.
They're probably $6,000
Well,
a piece.
you give them a little chin scratch, and then
Yeah.
like their teeth come out. They're kind of like really derpy looking. I'm just like, I love these things.
Durr.
Yeah, so that was fun. And then went and did like there's this thing called Lilac Fest, and like Shelby might actually do it as a vendor next year.
Okay.
But it's like 20 city blocks
Oh,
of
wow.
just market.
Yeah.
Like Joe would love it. Like, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
crafts everywhere, and they have like
Yeah.
food trucks and live music.
Right.
So I went to check that out with like because my brother, girlfriend, my parents, like we don't get to hang out very often.
Right.
It's so nice to go and spend a day with them. Then Monday, Shelby took me out to Canmore because she lived there for like 6 months after
yeah.
she graduated, whatever.
Yep.
And like, if I had millions of dollars, I'd live there.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I love that town. It's just so beautiful. Like,
Yeah. Expensive, but beautiful.
it's expensive,
Yep.
but like we had a couple of wildlife encounters. I was driving around. There's like a bunch of elk, so I
Yeah.
pull over and Shelby like roll her window up because it was like getting close to stick its head in the window. And saw some mountain goats and stuff.
Yeah.
It was really really nice. And then Tuesday went and trained, saw some people. Like
Yeah.
Shepard, Blakely, Jabs, Josh, and
They were just playing around, I guess, because it was.
yeah, it's kind of like end of
yeah.
the time deload week. I had my last like true session.
Yeah.
So I had like some light. Oh no, sorry. Saturday I hit my light yoke and stuff, and then Tuesday I just did nothing.
Right.
But Shelby hit a couple of like her press medleys because like they have the light circus dumbbell.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't had a chance to weld this one up yet, but so
Yep.
she had a chance to hit that stuff, and then made a new friend. So it was a good time, and I love that gym. It's so. It hasn't changed since I was there like 10 years ago. It's gotten a little bigger. They took
Yeah.
over another unit,
Yeah.
but it's just like it's so grassroots. Like,
Right.
there's, like paintings everywhere.
Is that where Bryce Krawczyk trained too?
He used to?
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
before he started his own thing there.
Right. Yeah.
It's an awesome gym. They got so many toys. They like sear dumbbells and globe dumbbells
wow.
and stuff. It's
Yeah,
really
the
really
monster
cool.
dumbbells, yeah.
Yeah. Which turned out to be really handy actually.
Yeah. So was Devon far from there?
Well, from Calgary. From Calgary.
It is from
Yeah.
Calgary.
So. Then we went to we ended up staying another 2 days there. Did the zoo and like Drumheller and stuff.
Yeah.
I love Drumheller.
Drumheller looks fun.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah, I've never
So
been,
cool.
yeah, so-
Well, so I was sending Devon all the Snapchats of the dinosaurs. But yeah, man, it's a crazy place.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if you're ever out that way, go see Drumheller.
No, I definitely wanna go,
It's
yeah.
so cool.
Yeah.
I spent like 30 minutes just staring at that giant T-Rex. They
Oh
have.
yeah, I would probably do
It's
the same. Yeah.
so, and Braun was just his tism
glory.
was just
Yeah.
clicking. He was on cloud nine. So yeah, we drove up there, and the hotel was really good.
Yep.
The only downside is their fridge died, and it spoiled my food.
Oh.
Yeah, and
Wow.
they wouldn't reimburse me for the whole cost of it. I had the receipt. They're like, "That's not $100 worth of groceries." I'm like, "It literally is." Like, now we looked. I'm like, "So you went through my stuff."
Yeah.
They ended up giving me $50 off, and I just left them a scathing review.
Yeah. A good
So I'm
job.
like, no,
Yeah.
like this is unacceptable. But the breakfast was like super thorough.
Okay.
Like they had like actual potatoes and stuff, which like
Okay.
as a competitor, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, good, I can eat this.
Yeah.
Right. I hate.
Yeah.
going
Well,
somewhere.
you can't just. Yeah, you can't eat the like processed sausage patties. You know, that's
Exactly.
gonna blow your
It's
guts
like,
up. Yeah.
or like the.
Or the weird wet eggs that they have at the buffet.
Yeah, like, and they have the instant eggs. Everything does whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I wasn't eating a ton of the eggs. So I had protein in my
Yeah.
room, right? So,
Yeah.
But it's like it was the same
And
thing
they
with the
usually have
Arnold.
the
When I
hard-boiled
walked into the
eggs,
hotel,
yeah.
and it's like, oh, good, they have like real food. Like
Yeah.
there's actual potatoes here.
Yeah.
So I can get some actual quality carbs in and not
Yeah.
pay for it. So I mean, I went and ended up eating like 2 breakfasts a day. Like I'd get up at my usual time, and I'd go down and have like a second little top up breakfast.
Yeah.
And it worked really well. So I'll probably keep a note to kind of do that more often in
Yep.
competitions, get more of a carb up. But yeah, Devon's only. So we were in Leduc,
Okay.
just south of Edmonton,
Okay.
and then it's about 15 minutes to Devon.
Okay.
So not a bad
Not
drive
bad.
at all.
Yep.
Like a really, really good venue, honestly. The only weird thing is they had a hot tub but not a pool.
Okay.
It's just a room with a hot tub and a steam room in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a shower, like a cold shower.
Yeah.
That was all they had, which was nice. But it's just like, it's not a very big hot tub for only being a hot tub.
Yeah.
It's like strange.
Yeah.
But we almost overfilled it. With a couple and Lawson was telling me last year they did overfill it.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Into the hallways. Just squeezed too many guys in there.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a weird thing because I had to kind of come to the understanding that like JF knows who I am.
Yeah.
Because I'm just sitting in the hot tub there. JF walks in. He's like, Andrew, how was preparation? I'm like, he knows me.
He knows my name.
Right.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was kind of cool. Just like it's just so surreal still to like you'll be down at breakfast and it's like JF just walks by and like says hi. It's like,
Yep.
okay.
Hi.
I was like, he goes in like even like Colton and Tristan are like, yeah, it's still weird for us. So we're like friends.
Yeah.
Because everyone grew up watching JF.
Well, yeah.
Right. So yeah, the show was good. So we show up on game day and JF had a seminar at Tristan's gym the night before.
That, yeah.
So I went there because I was like, may as well, listen, get some tips. He goes, you have to be adaptable on the day, which like these guys are going to find out tomorrow. I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
And then apparently they were talking about some event changes they'd made.
Yeah.
So we show up on game day.
That happens.
And there were
you got to do what you got to do.
3 pipes.
Right.
So they had the 522, which they told us would be there for warming up. They had the 620.
Yep.
And then they had a 705 one.
Right.
I was really tempted to take the 705.
Yeah.
I was really tempted. I'm glad I didn't.
Right.
So
was the order randomized for the squat? Or?
So it was randomized, but then they went by the weight.
Okay.
So they actually ended up throwing the 522 in as an option.
Right. I saw Josh squatted that one.
Yeah, which was a genius move because I feel like one rep on that got him like 9 points or something.
Stupid. Yeah.
But so a lot of guys were like, well, I've been prepping for the 620. I'm just going to take the 620.
Yeah.
And Colton ended up winning the event with 3 reps on the 620.
Yeah.
2 guys took the 705, Stickle and Shepard.
Yep.
Both of them zeroed.
Yep. And
So
you can't go back.
You can't go back.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's on the forklift.
Just too big.
You can't,
too big of an implement.
right?
Yeah.
And so it was kind of interesting because JF was picking the depth, but no one factored in the pads being squishy. So your depth was pretty close to powerlifting depth, honestly. It was deep.
Okay. Yeah.
But then you'd sink into the pads and it was more into like Andrew depth.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Like
yeah,
your ass is on your heels.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of guys that screwed up because you're trying to control it down and like almost pin squat it.
Yeah.
But it's 2 inches deeper than you expected.
Right.
So that was kind of weird. They were horrifically unbalanced. It was all over the place.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's 35 feet long.
So I ended up taking the 622. I only got 2 reps.
Yep.
And I got clipped. Not saying anything, but I got clipped by the forklift on the way out.
Okay.
They had rags taped to the forks to make like a little U for them.
Yeah.
And on the way out, because I picked it up and he started backing out. I kind of like settled into my stance.
Yeah.
And it dropped to touch and it hit the fork and you see my foot go back. And then I'm like, he hit it, he tipped me. And JF just goes, recover, squat. And I'm like, well, JF says
love.
so.
Yeah, no love.
So I kick my foot forward and I get my 2 reps and I was furious because with the way the draw worked, I went about halfway through.
Yeah.
And I was like, someone's going to beat that. And then like Sam ended up zeroing the squat,
right.
which is
at the 630 or whatever.
Yeah, which like for him, he's a very good squatter. That's not normal.
Right.
Sean Hayes, despite the warning of every single pro on the circuit, decided he was going to continue to dive bomb his squats.
Yeah.
45-degree angle on the way up.
Wow.
Because he's just like, he's sitting there, you can see, and he's like, screw it. He just dive bombed it.
Yeah.
He hit the pad, started coming up, and it went full 45 degrees.
my
Like
goodness.
it almost touched the ground on that side. And then JF's not giving him the rep because he's not like under control.
Yeah.
So he just goes, screw it, I'll try it again. And he dive bombs it again.
Come on.
Shoots the other way. And then he ends
Holy.
up zeroing. And JF comes up to him after, and he's like giving him a stern talking to her, like, what did he say to you? He's like, I was trying not to black out. I have no idea. Well, I think because Josh Clardy had gone on the live stream temporarily. He's like walked by, whatever, and he hopped on to like help commentate.
Yeah.
And he's talking. He's like, blah, 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 and this and that. Oh, my God. Just completely. And I'm like,
Wondering what the hell's happening.
Well,
Because
that's
he
what
hurt
I'm
himself
like-
on that, didn't he, Sean?
no, he hurt himself later.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yep. Yeah, I wasn't sure when he went out there, so I
Yeah.
didn't get too many points. So
yeah, exactly. So I was.
assumed
Well,
it was-
so he zeroed the squat. That was
Yeah,
part of
okay,
why I didn't get
yeah.
the points. So I was furious. And then Colton did his 3 to take the event. He probably could have got more. Like Sean and I talked about this ahead of time where like 1 or 2 guys are going to just find that perfect balance point.
Yeah.
And Colton found the balance point. Like he was
Right.
just dead flat the whole time. He's a big guy, big traps too, so that helps.
Big
where he
wide
can just,
back,
like, he's
yeah.
got a big wide back to support it on. Yeah, he had a great performance there. Did what he needed to do, which
Yeah.
kind of the trend of the weekend for him. Honestly, he had a really good weekend.
Oh, he did. Yeah. He deserved the win, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. Before we go any further, like congratulations,
Yeah.
Colton
Yeah,
Sloan, Western Canada's
congratulations,
strongest man.
Yep.
But so, listen, I was pretty mad after that event.
Yep.
And then I'm like, whatever, make it up on the Dinnies. I did not make it up on the
I did
Dinnies.
not make it on the Dinnies.
And so I was trying to explain this to Ken after because he said, well, they're the same size. I measured the diameter. I'm like, they're not the same as the Dinny rings.
Yeah.
And the thing is that like the Dinny rings are not perfectly circular.
That's
so
right. Yeah.
it's not overly, unless you have like freakishly large hands.
Yep.
It's not very punishing. But every single guy who got like a couple feet, their hands are very large.
Right.
And so the thing I was finding is that like I hook grip it, right?
Yeah.
But I hook grip it with the Spider-Man fingers and I go over.
Right.
But the ring was pushing these fingers in and popping my hook off.
Oh, okay.
So like I was sitting there, I'm like, this just doesn't feel right. And I couldn't find a spot.
Right.
So I tried to put it down before that line, get my mulligan. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, yeah, I just can't find a spot.
Yeah.
And I know I'm not bad at Dinnies because last year I was fourth or something like that,
Yeah.
third or fourth.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know I'm not bad at this event.
Yeah.
It just, the implement just wouldn't sit in my
They
hand.
were his rings were perfectly round.
They were
pretty
perfectly
much.
round and
Yeah.
they were flat. And I don't know, I just, for some reason, it just kept pinching my fingers and it kept popping my hook off.
Yeah.
So I'll have to play with that because I'm sure they'll be back next year.
yeah, they're
For some
expensive.
reason, it's a crowd favorite.
Yeah.
I'm
They
gonna have
look
to
cool.
play
That
with it.
that is a cool pick.
They look
with
cool.
the
It's a
drill
good looking
heads,
picture.
That's like the car walk at
I just
at
put
OSG.
farmer's handle on. Just put farmer's handles on them.
That's
you know what I
true,
mean?
yeah.
Like, just Denny's are not strongman.
No.
I maintain that. I think I heard Lucas say that, and I agree.
Yeah.
It's a stone lifting thing. But it's not strongman. It's a historical strength feat.
Yeah.
Bring back farmer's handles. Like it's
I like
just
farmers.
in my opinion. But
Good old fashioned farmers.
so that went pretty poorly for me. And then like it was nice because it didn't end up penalizing me too much because the next event was Axel.
Did anybody do a big run on the Dinnies?
Oh yeah, but lots of guys finished. I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
Larson
Yeah.
picked up them like groceries and just ran. Sean ran. Colton ran. But like,
Right.
Larson's just untouchable in that event.
Yeah.
It's
Was there a lot of zeros?
I think only one guy.
Okay, I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, because if you get it even
It's all
an inch,
distance. So if
yeah.
you even move it a little bit. But I think there was one guy who just couldn't pick it up. It might have been Crisby.
Okay.
Sorry, Crisby, if I'm wrong. But there are a couple guys who just like couldn't move it.
Yeah.
And they had tape marks just like where the guy before had got him. So
Okay.
I was kind of like, okay, well, if I can just get past Shepard and
Yeah.
there, and Josh beat me.
You know
He'll
your
never
place.
let me live
Oh,
that
did he?
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly.
The old man gotcha.
So it was. I didn't like that event. I said it's more just my personal bias.
Yeah.
Didn't end up impacting too much of the show, but I mean, I would have picked up some points there and had to push Colton a little harder.
Yep.
But it is what it is. So,
Yep.
but I mean, Axel. I thought Axel was going to be damage control for me, and I ended up.
Yeah, and it
taking-
wasn't a fixed axle. It was just a
It
regular-
wasn't. So
yeah.
that was nice.
Yep.
But I ended up taking a 3-way tie for second or 4-way tie for second.
Yeah.
3-way tie for second. I think.
Yep. And you had that was a PR, no?
That was a 15-pound PR, and
Yeah.
I had more in the tank.
Yeah. Oh no,
So-
it flew. Yeah. The clean was nice, and
The clean,
everything was.
I have no problem with my cleans. It's
Yep.
just easy for me.
Yep.
But I mean, I was a little surprised I tied with Colton and Larson. I figured they would have gone heavier.
Yep.
But Larson was trying to play conservatively and just
Right.
kind of like keep his position, sort of thing.
Yep.
And then Sam ended up hitting a very clean 370 for the win.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Was it 10 pound jumps, or you just
10
called
pound jumps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
You'd skip. But
Yep.
I mean, I think honestly, Colton, Larson, and Sam were probably good for 400 plus that day.
Yep.
I think I could have got up to 380 if I really had to.
I think so, yeah.
But
You had to take a good stab at it anyway.
yeah, and then I'm glad I did well in that one though because it put me in a position to go head to head with Colton on the power stairs.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that was
So
pretty fun to
actually,
watch.
sorry, so clean and press was our first injury of the show.
The first what?
Injury of the show because I think
Okay.
Dylan Dorsey pulled something in his
Adductor or something. Somebody
adductor or
said.
something
Yeah.
like that. Just a shame. Like the guy's obnoxiously strong. He's a physical freak. He's huge.
Yeah.
just can't seem to stay healthy. Like last year, he tore his oblique off.
Yep.
This year's the adductor. So I hope he can get healthy and, hopefully maybe he'll do the provincials. I know he doesn't compete all that often. Maybe he's just got to compete more and get more used to.
Is he a pro?
No.
Or still an amateur?
Amateur, yeah.
Yep.
Sucks, but it is what it is. So went into the power stairs. So doing equipment testing. We're just like sitting there kind of getting a feel for the implements. JF walks over, picks up the 500, puts it on the first step. Big dent.
In the steps?
In the steps.
Wow.
And JF looks at Ken, he goes, Ken, this is not good, you have to fix. It's like a little late now.
Yeah.
Right?
Ken,
So I guess Ken had asked the people making it to make it out of 1/2 inch, and they used 1/4 inch.
Okay.
And it's like aluminum diamond ply.
Oh, aluminum. Yeah,
Aluminum
I'm thinking
diamond
1/4 inch
plate.
steel. That shouldn't have bent.
No. It's aluminum diamond plate.
Yeah.
So it looked gorgeous. Like they were all polished up and pretty, but those stairs are destroyed.
Wow.
They're not reusing them next year unless they do some serious repairs to them.
Yeah, they'll have to do a
we
recap.
ate those things apart.
Yeah. I don't really feel like the weight was heavy enough.
I do and I don't.
Yeah.
And
It was like, I guess it was quite a few stairs, but
I say that
I feel like it
because-
probably should have started 455.
but a lot of
550.
guys didn't
Yeah.
finish.
Okay.
So like yes, for the pro guys there was kind of light.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I flew
Well,
through
then
it.
maybe,
I think,
Then
I
maybe
think-
it's the right call
Yeah,
for
I think
the.
Billy was 23 seconds. I was 21 seconds.
Yep.
So like, I see. Yeah, it was a little light. I'm sure
Yep.
if Jeffers had been there or Tristan was there, like, it would have been 2 more guys blasting through it. And if Colton
Yep.
hadn't had that little mishap with, because they were pipe connection joints, something like that, so they had like bolts
Yeah,
on them.
they were ball
and Colton
valves or
got stuck
something,
with the
yeah.
bolt.
Oh, okay.
So if he hadn't had that hit, he probably would have been a little closer to me.
Yep.
Whereas I absolutely smoked him.
Absolutely smoked him.
Destroyed him.
Yep.
I had time to cheer, turn around, and cheer him on for the last 2 steps. Just bugging him.
Yeah.
I had to bust.
You gotta bust
on that
balls,
one.
hey?
Exactly. I was telling him and Larson too. I'm like, oh, look at that. We tied on an overhead event. I guess the second strongest shoulders in the West. And they're just like, shut up. Like,
Oh, yeah, you
I
gotta
know.
bust balls,
Like,
yeah.
oh, I guess Sam's got
That's
the
strong,
strongest shoulders in the West.
Yeah.
Colton's just like fuming. But you gotta bug guys. You gotta bug them. That's how it works. So then that was where Sean tore his adductor.
Oh, okay.
And he was right before me.
Yeah.
So we're going up, and he goes, I think it was the second implement on the first step, and I've never heard a grown man scream like that.
Yeah. Wow.
He went flying off the back, and he's there, and Stacy, bless her soul, she's like a 47 kilo power lifter.
Right.
She picks up this medical bag that's bigger than her entire torso and just sprints over to him. She's like cutting his shorts off and stuff to check on him. Ended up calling the ambulance for him. But so I'm going up to do my thing.
Yeah.
And Sean's sitting there just screaming in the background. I'm just like, don't look at him, don't look at him, don't look at him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate seeing a guy go down like that, especially like in that much pain. And like Sean's had so many injuries, like I just feel bad for the guy.
Yeah. And that's a weird injury. Like adductors are kind of not. I haven't heard a whole lot of that.
I think he's
over
just
the
had so
years,
many
you know what I mean?
other injuries that maybe he was compensating with it.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. Like it's one of those things, but I mean,
Yeah. When you're going balls out, you're going balls out.
exactly.
Stuff breaks.
So I mean, I ended up taking first in that event. So my first event win feels pretty cool.
Woo!
And I'm trying to think who else. So it was me, then Billy.
Yeah, Billy wasn't Billy beaking
Billy
you there
was-
when he came off the.
Yeah, so Billy walks over and he's like, "Oh, you beat me. Take that." I'm just like,
Yeah.
"All right." So I've got that little history, right, where
Yeah.
he beat me by a split second, and then I beat him on the sandbag medley at nationals by like 9 inches, and then I beat him on the stones by like a couple seconds, right?
Yeah.
So then he's like, "What'd you get?" I was like, "Well, what'd you get last?" Yeah, he goes, 23. I was like, 21. He's like, "God." He's just so mad, jokingly, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And I think.
He's fun to watch. He's intense competitor.
Oh yeah, he's very hardcore. So, no, it was really good. Like I said, good show all around. I think Jesse Campbell might have hurt himself on this one too,
Okay.
just a little bit. I can't because I know he had a couple things. I think same thing with Ben Borger because I see they both got. Oh no, sorry.
Oh, he's a small guy too.
No, sorry. I'm looking at the wrong event. That was he got 0 on the axle press. I thought Jesse might have hurt something here. But
How about the other
Billy
guy?
though? Austin
Ryan, wow.
He got
That was-
8 stairs.
On that yoke, we'll get there. But
He's speedy.
Yeah.
So Billy, his legs were just covered in bruises. Like it looks like an angry octopus grabbed him.
Right.
Because like the bolts, he kept slamming his thighs into him. Where I just kind of like let it swing forward on me. He was mangled after that.
That's funny.
But he wears those little jorts, right?
Yeah.
So my legs were a little more protected with like my lovely Iron Image double shorts.
Right.
But he just got eaten alive by those. And then let me see here. What are
And
they?
that was day 1, right?
So that was day 1. Yeah. And then obviously so Sean and Dylan had withdrawn on the second day. And then going into the next day, we showed up for the dragon flip.
Right.
And they made a change. So it was going to be the Fingal's finger into the drag.
Right.
And JF went and looked at the finger. He went, it's too heavy. I think a lot of guys are going to zero. And I'm kind of picking up. I'm like, it doesn't feel that bad. But I didn't realize it was substantially longer than Devon's is.
Right.
So it's easy to clean.
Once you got halfway.
Once you get
then it
halfway,
really
right, it's
stalled out.
really heavy. And so I'm kind of like, but if you do it this way, then like the guys on the drag, they're going to have a really, really hard, you're going to have a bunch of guys separated by like a point.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened. So if I look at this.
Yeah, I feel like that wasn't a good combination of
Well,
events
so-
because
okay.
it didn't reward. I don't feel like the Fingal finger rewarded the athlete in points like it should from the drag because everybody got.
Well, it
no
kind
zeros on
of
the
did,
drag.
though. It kind of did because, so let's put it this way. So, like,
But
your
there's just such
fastest
a-
time on the drag only was Mr. Speedster. Oh, sorry. Actually, it was Ryan Stickle
Okay.
at 7.92 seconds.
Yep.
And your slowest time was 11.98 seconds.
Right.
So, like, a couple
it
seconds.
a formality.
separating. It was,
the drag
was,
was a
yeah, the
formality.
drag was a formality.
That's what I mean, though. Like, everybody got the drag, but I don't feel like the point gap that you earned with one flip on the fingers was enough to reward for the effort it took to flip the finger.
I don't.
You know?
Hard to say.
Yep.
It's hard to say. Because, I mean, really, the thing is, if they'd gone the other way around, half the field would have zeroed the finger.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because, I mean, I think... So, Colton only got 1 flip.
Most of the field
I
zeroed
got
the
all...
finger.
So, only Larson and I got the 2 flips.
Yeah. Billy got 1.
Colton got 1, Sam got 1, Billy got a flip, and Ben Borger got a flip.
Yeah.
So, so keep it in mind, too, though, is if you'd started with the finger, half the field zeros.
Yeah.
So, it's that delicate
But then you
balance.
would have got the point spread better because of just the sheer difficulty of the finger, I believe.
Yes.
I would have rather
it is
seen
also,
a bigger gap between the guys that couldn't flip the finger and the guys that could.
As an athlete, yes. As a spectator, I get it.
Yeah.
That was kind of
as a
what it
spectator,
was.
it was fun to watch.
Yeah,
but,
they wanted to
But
see
as
the spectator.
I'm just thinking from an athlete's perspective.
Yeah, no, totally agree. I would have, and actually, I was begging JF to keep it the way it was. I was like, nah, weed him out. That'll happen, right? And he's like, no. We had too many zeros at the show already, basically, was their logic.
100%, yeah.
And I'm like, that's
we
fair.
knew that.
Because
We called that
day
going in.
one,
Yeah.
you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Well, look at the point spread from all the zeros. Yeah. The top half there was no chance for anybody in the bottom half.
10, 11. You had 11 zeros on day 1.
Yep.
That's a lot. So I get why they made the change.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
The chain was...
A formality.
Did you know what the chain weighed?
250 pounds, was it?
280 pounds.
Yeah.
It was not nearly heavy enough. It looked cool.
Yeah.
But it was not. It was just gliding across the tarmac.
Yeah.
It was kind of like your chain.
Had no
Where your chain was
resistance.
600 pounds, and I probably would have preferred to have something like that, right? It would have been
Yeah.
a little bit more challenging.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'd been training the Fingals. Larson is like obnoxiously good at Fingals fingers.
Yeah.
It just for some reason, he's got big, strong shoulders,
Yeah.
but he's just very, very good. So I knew he was going to flip it twice.
Well, it sounded like Alec had input on how to flip the fingers because I watched
Yeah, we
Alec's
didn't see that
video.
until after.
Yeah, I know. But Larson is coached by him.
Yeah, but
So he
Larson
would've
also
known.
didn't see that tip until after.
Oh, so he didn't get that
Larson's
ahead of
doing
time.
it his own way.
Oh, okay,
So
perfect then.
it's
Because I'm like,
Alec-
he must have. As soon as I saw that, I thought, okay, that's why Larson
No.
was good because he had the in.
Alec kept messaging me through the days, like, can you get Larson to check his phone? Because Larson's horrible at checking his
Yeah.
messages. So I'm like, hey, coach says check your phone. He's like, well, man, he just knows that I check my phone. Like,
Yeah.
That's all it is. Because, I mean, I don't really go about it. Like, I'll go and scroll Instagram in between events. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't need
Or
to
text
be,
your friends.
Yeah, I don't need to be in killer mode all day. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, look, we got an hour between attempts. I'm just going to chill.
Yeah.
So I go on my phone, but yeah, like Alec would message me. He's like, "Get Lars to check his phone." I'm like, "Okay." And then I missed that one, so we both checked it after. I'm like, "Oh, all right, well, whatever." I just maintained that my Brian shot technique works very nicely. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But so I knew Lars was going to be quick, and then when I got to go last because of my power stairs win.
Yeah.
And so when I saw that Colton only got one flip, and Sam only got one flip, which he very barely got, but he was very happy about, because then it's like, hey, driving out here to get your hands on it made it worth it.
Yeah.
Because the things he was doing the first couple times he flipped Devons, he wasn't doing on this one. He was doing it properly, so I think that really helped him.
Yeah. Because I noticed a lot of technique differences in some of the guys. Very much trying to press it and not walk it. Yeah.
Yes.
And you can't press that when you're halfway down the finger, and it's probably fuck. I don't know what it would weigh.
A lot.
Yeah.
So I ended up taking my time.
Yeah.
It was some kind of pipe too. It can't have a fitting on the end so people could see what it was.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But so again, I knew, okay, I can get two, but I gotta take my time.
Yep.
Do you know what my time was?
No.
It was a 60-second cap.
59?
59.55. And I finish it. I'm all pumped up, whatever. And JF says, "You got lucky." And he turns his phone around. I'm like, oh. Like, cut it a little closer than I wanted to. And Larson just blew us all away. He was like 49 seconds or 46 seconds. So I'm like,
3 flips.
Yeah. There's no way I was, 2 flips. 3 implements.
Oh, I thought he had 3.
3 implements. We can only do 2. That was the event, was the drag and then 2 flips.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he got all 3 implements.
Flip till you stop.
No.
No, I thought it was just keep flipping.
No. It was times in 60 seconds. So, but I saw him do that, and I was like, okay, well, you know what? I can get really good points on people here if I just get 2. So I took my time, got my 2, got good points.
Huge points. Yeah.
I said gained 3 points on Colton in that event. So that was helpful.
At that point in the show, that's what you have to strategize. Is if you're trying to climb the ladder, you've got to watch what those guys are doing and make up points wherever you can.
That's exactly it.
Hope they make a mistake.
No, that's exactly it.
A strongman is a lot of just waiting for people to make mistakes.
Well, and we'll get to that later because I'm really not happy about a mistake. But
right, you're never happy about a mistake.
You're never happy about a mistake,
but they do happen. And if we sit here and think we're never going to make a mistake in a show, it wasn't. You'd be silly. Yeah.
Dumbbell press.
Okay.
That thing was obnoxious.
Yeah.
So, very cool implement. It's very long and it's very narrow. So the way that I've been pressing lately is more of the turn into it on my back shoulder versus the up here.
Yeah.
I just find it easier to be stable there. I get more of my legs underneath it. And so JF was looking at the thing. You ever want to know just how different JF is to any other athlete in Canada? He's retired now, okay?
Yeah.
So he looks, he goes, "I think I can one motion it."
Yeah.
We're like, no way.
Yeah.
No way. So he grabs it, gets to about here, and he goes, "Nope." He just throws it like 10 feet that way, takes a chunk out of the pavement.
Oh my God.
We're like, what the heck? He's like, "I try again." So he goes, picks it up, chucks it onto the mat. He's like, "No, it's too long." Because usually when he goes to one motion, whatever he's explained to us, that he's like here, and with this, he has to be like out here.
Okay.
But he was like to here. He almost had a one motion with this stupid muscle snatch to the dumbbell.
Yeah.
Just ridiculous.
Rider style and Tolstoy.
Yeah, literally with a 200-pound obnoxious drill bit.
Yeah.
So anyways, we were warming up, and Sam and Josh were shouldering it, and Jeff kind of goes like, "What do you guys think?" Because they're the 2 best service dumbbell pressers, right?
Yeah.
And
I saw Sam hit it in warm up.
He did. Josh hit it in warm up too, I think, but then he couldn't get it on the platform.
Yeah.
Sam figured out though where you had to have the 2 bells facing down. So it sounds counterintuitive because you want to
they're
have
rotating though.
You want to have them up because then it's higher on your shoulder.
Yeah.
But if you have them down and then press it, the weight's on the bottom of the bell in your hand. It's not at the top, and it's not teetering your hand around.
Center of
gravity
gravity's
is much more
lower.
stable.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but he crushed that. I think he got
3. I think
4.
4. Yeah.
Yeah. Colton got 3.
Smashing. Yeah. Well, then he watched Colton throw it all over the place.
He kept it in
and then he just kept. All of a sudden, that was a game changer for him for time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because as soon as that thing, Colton didn't even throw it the first time. He just put it down and it bounced wildly all over the place. Well, then he's trying to get it back to the mat.
Yeah, exactly.
You had to do what you had to do there.
Just wasted some time, right?
Yeah.
So I ended up just going for the small because they brought in basically this JF went, "There's gonna be too many zeros." So they brought in the monster bell, also at 200 pounds, but it's a monster bell. It's easier.
Yeah. It's common. It's what everybody's used to.
So I've never used that one before. The handle's massive.
3-inch.
I thought our handle was
yeah.
big. That thing's huge. Like,
is
if they
two-
weren't
ours is $2.5,
$1,000, I'd love to buy one.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
I think they're like 1,400.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If they weren't that,
Yeah.
I'd have one. Sam, hook a brother up. He wants to come up here, eh?
Okay.
Sam.
Yeah, Sam, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I want to come up and train with you guys. I'm like, do it.
Yeah,
Like,
bring us a
book it,
bell.
man.
Yeah,
bring us a bell.
We'll
Come
fill
on
your
up.
we'll fill your car up.
Well, he said he wants to fly in. I'm like, you can check it.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
It's empty. It's light when it's empty.
But yeah, man, is that a beautiful bell?
Yep.
Just gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
And so
I've never touched one.
again, I got to go almost last because I got the 2 flips. So Larson went last. It was a good decision because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys zeroed with both dumbbells.
Yep.
Only 3 guys got the drill bit dumbbell.
Yep.
So for me, I went up and went, there's no point in
Yeah.
even trying that thing.
Yeah.
But I ended up hitting 3 reps on the...
Was there a split time?
Yes? No.
No.
No, you split points.
Okay.
So I'm like, there's no point. I'm just going to try to get the small bell.
Yep.
Ended up getting 3 reps on the small bell.
Yep.
I almost had 4 and I jumped the command.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of had it up here and then I was like, okay, and it was just too early. So, but massive PR for me.
Yeah.
Considering I got 210 at MSM last year and filled 220.
Yeah, that was your one
huge
rep.
PR for me.
Yeah.
Very, very happy with that. Sam and Josh both came up to me. They're just like, sucks at circus dumbbell. Where'd that come from? Just like, if I knew, I'd tell you
don't
guys.
know,
I
yeah.
haven't touched circus dumbbell in a year.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Because I didn't bother training at this prep because I'm like,
Well, it's
I'm already
pointless.
getting my jerks with Axel. And that my thought was like that drill bit dumbbell is so obnoxious. And it's
different,
so
yeah.
different.
Yeah.
The-
Training with a regular dumbbell.
There's no
wouldn't be a
point.
Yeah.
There's no point in training with a regular.
I was thinking
monster
about it
dumbbell.
after. Maybe like a 200-pound regular dumbbell.
Yeah,
Like
if we had
the
one of
longer
those,
ones.
totally different,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Which didn't have that.
No.
And not one that I could drop, certainly, right?
Yeah.
So,
And then it's different too because you're in the like a small grip too.
that, it was just a weird thing. And so, again, very happy with the performance on that one. Didn't drop. So, honestly, I didn't drop nearly as many points as I thought on the overheads.
No.
I really thought they were going to sewer me. Denny's ended up being my kryptonite.
Yeah.
I finished,
Which was not what we thought
I
was
got
going to be a
4
problem.
points on the Denny's.
Yeah.
Useless. And then, so Sam gained some points on me, and I was kind of starting to feel some of the pressure.
Yeah.
I thought I'd get him on the yoke,
Yeah.
and
Oh, you destroyed that yoke. Yeah.
the yoke is just...
Your yoke was good too though.
I just can't get through a run without dropping it.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is, if I just gotta... I mean,
Do you mount it high or are you mounting
but-
it lower? Because I
kinda
switched from low.
mid-position.
I switched from low to high, and that's a game changer for my.
I might have to start playing with it being higher. But I mean, I got it all
'Cause
the
I
way
haven't-
to
yeah, I
the
haven't put
line,
down a yoke.
and I dropped it like right at the line.
You dropped it because of your legs, or you dropped it because it slipped?
It slipped.
Okay.
Yeah, so either way, I think I just need to do more yoke.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. But your
and-
yoke is 100 times better than it was this time last year.
100% time. Yeah, exactly. The Last time.
So
I don't
if
know
it-
if it actually got up to 1,000 pounds. So there was a rumor at
Yeah.
dinner they were going to put 4 girls in it, and it was going to be like 1,100, 1,200 pounds. People were like, no. They ended up putting 2 girls in it, so
Yeah.
one on each side. They said it was around 1,000 pounds. I'm just going to go off what they told me. A lot of
Yeah.
guys were like, that didn't feel like 1,000 pounds. I'm like, they
Well,
told
the
us it was
way-
1,000
yeah.
pounds. I'm just
The way
gonna
Austin
trust it.
Ryan moved it, I'm like, ooh, and
Austin is just a freak, though. Like,
He is,
he's,
yeah.
he's genuinely just that strong. I mean,
that was a fun event to watch.
it was a really
That
fun
was
event
yoke
to
to arm
watch.
over arm.
Yoke to arm over arm. And arm over arm, I had a little bit of a... The last couple times I've done arm over arm, I've had a weird time dropping in.
Right.
Where it's like I get the position, I'm like, no, it's not quite right, and I waste time dropping in.
Right.
So I wasted a fair amount of time there.
Yeah.
And then grip was just burning. So just fatigue and stuff. I ended up putting up a good time, but it's kind of similar to your arm over arm, not anywhere near what I was capable of.
Yeah.
So I'll probably train that more frequently. 'Cause I like
How
using
did it
grip
feel,
movements.
like compared to what we were doing? Like the tri-drive kind of.
Mildly easier.
Yeah.
It's a touch easier than the tri-drive.
Yep.
I was also gassed for the tri-drive because we were trying to pull.
And they probably checked all the tires and they did all the things. You know what I mean?
It was a gorgeous truck, though. My goodness.
Yeah, war wagon. We have some of
yeah,
those in the prairie
just
too. They use them,
beautiful.
they use them for push trucks.
Yeah.
For pushing heavy loads up hills.
Yeah,
They'll
oh, yeah.
bang. You'll bang them into each other and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
push. Yeah.
No, it's just an awesome looking truck. So that was pretty cool. Like I said, didn't do how I wanted there, and Sam actually chipped me by a couple positions, so he
Yeah.
gained some points on me there.
Yeah.
So going into the stones, I only had 1.5 points over him.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's not what I wanted.
Yeah.
And I know stones are my thing.
Yeah.
But I hadn't really trained much stones. We had like poor weather here, and then I tried picking up that 460 and it wasn't sealed, so
Yep.
the patches all came off. So I wasn't the most confident.
Yep.
So then Sam went in, and I basically knew, I'm like, whatever Sam does, I'm just going to do a little more.
Yeah.
So he went right to the 450, which was bold because his PR, I think, was like 430.
Okay. He was just feeling it.
He knew, he's like, this is what I have to do. He's like, I
Yep.
don't have a choice. So he went up, hit it.
Yep.
He really didn't.
Yep.
And, I mean, in hindsight, maybe he could have hit something, but he was like, no, I have to hit this.
Yep.
So he went, hit 450.
Yep.
Convincingly.
Yep.
I think he tried it for a second. He just didn't have it.
Yep.
But like really, really solid stone effort. So I went out and
big
I just
stone.
went right to the 450.
Yep.
I ended up getting good use out of that Cerberus hot weather tacky.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Class
it's
4.
it's
Yep.
well, it's hot.
Yeah.
Right. It was hot out, and I left it out in the sun, and it was just perfect
Yeah.
consistency.
Oh yeah, you were stuck to that thing. like
I
glue.
was not moving.
Yeah.
Well, for 1 minute I moved.
Yeah.
But so I picked a stone up and I lapped it. And I was like, okay, I'm a little far away. So I went to do a little wiggle step.
Yeah.
And when I went to bring my feet together, I could just feel like,
Yeah, going backwards. I'm like, no.
So I popped my hand back and I felt so bad. So I've told you my mom has like a fear of watching my brother and I's events. Like it took like years for her to go back and watch my brother's Olympic races.
Okay.
Like she couldn't do it. It's just
Yeah.
too much nerves. She finally gets over her nerves to watch this show.
Yeah.
And then I do that.
Yeah.
So anyways, I pop back, grab it. I just see a rush of people coming at me. I'm like, if they touch me, I'm lose this rep.
Yeah.
I can't let them. So I pop back. I'm like, nope, stay. Like, don't come at me. I'm fine.
Yeah.
And I kind of like, grab the bar, hold
Get
myself,
everything-
get
yeah.
it going, pop it over, no problem.
Oh yeah.
Hit
it popped
second rep,
easy.
no
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
And then I was kind of like, okay, I've secured CSM.
Yeah.
Let's try the 500 pound stone. So I said to Jeff my time, and he goes, "Yeah, like 45 seconds." I'm like, unreal.
Yeah.
So I take a second, go over there.
Because it broke the ground.
It broke the ground, got to about mid shin,
Yeah.
and I could just kind of feel. I didn't have a perfect grip on it. I feel it start rolling.
Right.
So it was like starting to roll towards me. I'm like, I'm not going to be
You
able
weren't
to
in
flap
the
this.
like center.
Yeah, if it had been a little higher, I maybe would have rolled it in.
Yeah.
I don't think I had the extension in me that day.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it broke ground.
Yeah, it broke ground.
So I think if they have that event next year, I'm confident I can load that stone.
Yep.
I really think I can load that stone.
It'll be fun to watch. Yep.
Yeah, so we'll see. And then Colton goes out, hits what he had to.
Yeah, he needed
And-
just one to secure first.
Yeah. And I hated to see it, but like Larson zeroed the stone.
Yeah.
And
That was shocking. Yeah.
it isn't. Like he doesn't have stones,
Yep.
so he only gets to train them when he goes into the city.
Right.
And half the time he doesn't use chalk because the gym that he does have stones at, they don't let him use tacky.
Why would you have stones and not let people use tacky?
But then
That's
when
a
he
bit
goes to
silly.
strength edge,
Yeah.
sometimes he'll tacky up, sometimes he won't. A lot of their stones already have tacky on them.
Yeah.
So he's loaded their 425 before.
Yeah.
And so a couple people made the comment that, oh, why did he just go for the 400?
Yeah.
Because if he got one rep at the 400, he would have stayed
Yeah.
on the podium.
Yep.
But so he basically made the right call. So the 400, so many guys had touched.
Yep.
It was just covered in tacky.
Right.
And there were a couple of guys who used not appropriately hot blends.
Yep.
And went
Greasy
up and just
tacky.
lathered that thing.
Yep.
No one's fault. There were 17 guys who all attempted it, right?
Yep.
And it was just greasy.
Yep.
And
You got to watch that too, even for yourself. When you have a greasy stone, most people don't. It's always sitting the same on the ground, so everybody's trying the same spot.
Yeah.
Well, if you have that, take that stone, roll it away, and get the top to the bottom where you don't
Yeah.
have tacky. So you got to kind of look. That's why you do go and look at stones before you load them, because you're like,
Yeah.
well, if there's
You wanna
blobs
see
on
what's going
here,
on, right?
I got to find where the blobs are, the soft, smooth spots.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
And if you got to roll it, you got to roll it.
Yeah. And so, honestly, though, like Larson made the right decision. He had loaded 425 in training. He was
Yep.
more comfortable with that stone, and it wasn't greasy.
Yep.
And he just couldn't get it. And he had a talk with Alec afterwards, and it kind of come to the realization that, like, it's just the fact that his gut gets in the way.
Yeah.
And it's like he's talked about it for a while, but
Mm.
it's like he's like, well, I kind of just finally have to take this seriously and like lose some substantial weight.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, good
It
for
does
him.
make
Like,
it,
that's not
yeah.
a-
Even
it's
because
not
when
an
he's
easy thing to
gonna,
admit.
if he's gonna go to higher level events too, you're gonna be carrying sandbags.
Yeah.
And they're hard to carry when you're a bigger person.
That's the thing. And
you know what I mean?
he kind of says that, I'm tired of being the fat guy. And, like, we give him, some guys give him a hard time. I try not
Yeah.
to because I know he's self-conscious about it.
Yeah. If you're-
But it's like,
some people can
he's-
take the jokes and some. It's not
and
so much,
Larson's everyone's favorite.
yeah. Oh, he's the
best.
soft. Yeah. It just seems like a genuinely soft-spoken
Yeah, he's just a good dude.
Yeah.
And so he's come to that realization, and I'm like, we're getting you stones. If I have to ship you a form, if I have to make you stones and drive them out, like we're getting you stones. Like this is not. Well, actually, I talked to Shanice, and I was like, he's not taking no for an answer. Like we're getting him stones somehow or another. I don't care how we do it.
Yeah.
We're finding him stones.
Yeah.
Because like. It's happened to him at a couple shows now where he just loses out on the podium at that last moment.
Yeah.
It's like stones are kind of a big deal.
Well, stones will always be last too. So
They'll always be last, and you got to be clutch on it. So I felt pretty bad for him. I was screaming at him. I lost my voice yelling at him, but it's just no amount of screaming was helping him there. So it sucks to see. Like I said, he had such a phenomenal show otherwise.
Yep.
And
he
that,
was
that 1-0 killed him.
10 points.
I know. A couple good stand-up performances to me. Like, I mean, Sam, after he zeroed the squat, was just being a total drama queen. He's like, there goes my show, I suck, I go CSM this year. And Shelby's kind of looking at him. She's like, do you ever shut up? It's like, we love you, man, but like, holy crap, you're dramatic. And so I'm telling him, I was like, would you get your head in the game? Like, you have like a bunch more events to deal with here.
Still 9 events.
And so, I mean, he ended up finishing the Dinnies, which he did not expect to do well on, which clicked for him. He won the axle press, and he finished, he got 13 points, so he finished 4th in the stairs. So he finished well in the stairs. It's like, well, Sam, look, you had a great day otherwise. I think he ended up being in he was in like 4th or
5th or 6th. I think he was sitting. He was
so
sitting banging on that top 4, 5.
Yeah, it's like so you're not out of contention at all,
Yeah.
and you have good events coming up for you the next day.
Yeah.
So then I was messaging him the night before. I'm like, get your head in the game and get this Prairie podium.
Yeah.
Like, you get up there with me.
Yeah.
Like, I told you, like, we're getting up there.
Yeah.
And so I messaged him after the show kind of smugly. I'm like, told you.
I told you so.
Yeah, told you so. It's like so pumped for him because he's put in so much work this year, just getting bigger.
Yeah.
And heavier and stronger. And it's like, he really, like,
And
his
he
goal
maintained
is
his
to go to CSM.
athleticism. He maintained his speed.
Oh yeah, he did a great
he's
job.
just fast
He's
between
just a phenomenal athlete. So his goal was to get back to CSM, and like he accomplished that.
Yep.
So I know he's stoked. I know Colton is stoked. He's wanted that title for a long time. So I was very happy to see him win it. I know there's going to be the comments of like, oh, but Tristan wasn't there and Jeffers wasn't there. You only beat who shows up.
There.
Shut up. It wasn't a good event for Jeffers anyways. He'll admit that. But good for him. Very, very happy to see that. I mean, my boy Billy.
Big Billy.
Got up to 5th.
Yeah.
Unreal.
He was banging. He had a great show.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was giving him crap because, I mean, losing to Ryan Jabley is no shame. That guy's phenomenal.
Yep.
But Jabs was right there with him.
Right.
After day one, I said, if you let an amateur beat you this year, it's like, I'm not letting you live it down. It's like, well, it's Jabs. I'm like, I don't care.
Like, don't do it.
So he pulled it together. And then I think Jabs had a tough time with the stone, too. I think he had torn something as well.
Okay.
So there were 4 injuries this show because someone I was really excited to see was Jesse Campbell on the stones.
Yep.
And he did something to his back on the first attempt.
Right.
And he kind of dropped down to the 425, didn't get it, dropped down. So he zeroed the stone. And Jesse, if you're not familiar, is a phenomenal stone loader. I think he's loaded 455 to 56.
I want to say
before.
that, yeah.
Or no, 415. He's loaded obnoxious stones for his size.
Yeah.
And he was looking really good, and then just something popped. And
that happens, yeah.
It's the sport, right? It sucks, but he was mad. He was really, understandably so. He was really mad. Alex Crisby, top amateur.
Yeah, he had a good show.
Man, I hope he gets pro card this year. He's so close. And
he belongs there, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, a lot of these guys do. And I mean, like, got Austin Ryan cracking the top 10 as a 105.
That was insane.
And after he competed, him and Jesse competed at that
week before.
Obnoxious PSL show. It was like 10 events over 3 days.
And they were all heavy events too. They had an axle
so,
clean and press. I think he hit 340 or something.
Yeah, really good for them. And he did really well in the axle clean and press too. I mean, I think he got
shockingly good. Yeah. Like
the 154, which would have been, 145, which I think was just the opener at 320.
Right.
But there was no belt cleans allowed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for a 105 guy to pull off a full Continental with no belt clean, that's impressive.
Yep.
I mean, if you're familiar with Austin, he's a fantastic coach, fantastic athlete. Just awesome dude.
Yep.
So really, really happy to see that. Trying to see if there's anything else in here that I'm missing.
I don't think so.
I think I pretty much covered it all.
Covered the winner, covered the winners.
Yeah, so it's just overall really good weekend.
Great weekend. Yep.
Walked away with a trophy, CSM invite, which I knew I'd get there eventually.
Yep.
Didn't think it'd be this year.
I didn't think so either, to be honest.
2-3 years, I figured I'd be at CSM, but
Yeah.
to be there this year, guys absent or not, I'm happy.
Don't matter. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, now on to the next thing, right?
Has anybody placed higher in Westerns from Manitoba? Off the top of your head, I don't know. I don't know if Dom ever won or any of those
I
guys.
have no idea.
Yeah, I
It's
just
up there.
remember the last couple of years.
It's up there.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Tyler finished third because he was pro card. With
Yep.
the year, do you think that was the year Tristan tore his bicep, was it?
Could be, yeah. I don't know. That's
Because
where
that was a couple of years ago now.
I think that
Tyler's
was
been a
his
pro.
best. I think his third for
I think
some
it was
reason.
third was his best.
I don't know.
So
Correct me if I'm wrong.
it might be the highest.
Yep.
I have no idea. I'm not gonna
Yep.
speak out of my butt here. But
It's a definitely high.
it's a high placing for someone from Manitoba. I'm
Yeah.
happy. I said got a cool trophy. Got some good prize money. The prize pool was a little bit above the circuit minimum. So there's some really good prize payouts all the way down to fifth place. I think fifth place got like $500, something like that.
Nice.
So they had a really good payout for the
Yep.
guys. And then ate some good barbecue with the guys and hung out in the hot tub and
Yeah.
packed it in the very next day. We drove back at like 4:30 in the morning. So we
Yep.
got in at like 7 p.m., which was great because I got a full night of sleep before work.
Yeah.
But yeah, just overall, fantastic weekend. I'm really happy with it. So, I mean, it was a good weekend for Team Iron Image.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah, baby.
I mean, yeah, kind of what's next now? 2 weeks? 2 weeks?
Oh, did you know why chickens are so funny? Because
I was hoping you would forget in your hungover stupor.
no,
but
I didn't forget.
So yes, we are now officially 2 weeks out from Manitoba's Strongest Man,
Oof.
which I'm going to do. I don't want to.
After this week, I don't feel like doing it, to be honest. But
I don't either, but you know what? I have the
I was hitting
title.
some split jerks, and they were like 50 pounds lighter than what I was hitting before. I'm like, what is this feels
just beat
terrible.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you tried not drinking heavily?
Yeah, I gotta try. Yeah, I'm gonna try and lift something tomorrow. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah, I'll probably do something if you're doing stuff.
Yeah,
I'll
we'll come down. Be there probably 9. Supposed to be there today. I left Garrett hanging. Oof.
Yeah.
I actually feel genuinely bad about that, but
Guy drives 3 hours to see
yeah.
you and just ghost him.
Well, he wanted to do the monster bar, so he did what he wanted
did
to
very
do.
well.
Yeah,
He did very well
Yeah, he
on
pulled
it,
600 smooth. That was.
Yeah.
He sent me the video there. I'm like, you had a double or a triple in you. Yep.
Yeah, he wants to go over 700. Oops,
Yep.
sorry. He wants to go over 700 at Shake the or Strongmania.
Yep.
So
That'd be wild.
I'll be judging you
That's
strictly.
a ridiculous
So,
goal
yeah.
to even have.
Well, you know what? Just set him high, right?
He's a good deadlifter. Yeah,
He's a good
no question.
deadlifter.
Yeah, he's a better
He's heavy
deadlifter than
right
I
now,
am. That's
so-
for sure. Yep.
Yeah,
I'll get there.
whatever.
Yep.
Placings matter.
Yep.
But yeah, so two weeks till Manitoba's Strongest Man. I bought a keg.
Oh yeah.
$50.
Yeah. 50 bucks. I
whatever.
don't know if I have any caps left, but
We'll figure it out.
got something, yeah.
Get a drain. There's a little bit of beer left in it. I don't know what it is, but it's just good to have something to throw.
Yeah.
I don't mind paying $50 for that. Wouldn't mind getting a full run. I might just get those ones off Alibaba, honestly.
how much were they? Did we look?
$40 a piece, something like
Right.
that. So after shipping, they'll be expensive, but like just having them is nice.
Yeah.
And I've tried everything locally. Just no one stocks those ones anymore.
No.
They're
Yeah.
so uncommon. So
Yeah, it's a weird top on it too. I don't know.
yeah, they're fun though. I like
so-
throwing kegs. I like throwing things in general. So I want to do a lot
Yep.
of throwing this summer. We only know, I know 2 of the events for CSM.
Right. Stones.
Well, 3, I guess. But JF lets me slip to me in the hot tub that he thinks he's going to do. I think they'll announce the events probably the next couple days.
Well, he always has a max deadlift, so
There's always a max
Yeah.
deadlift. That was the one that's confirmed.
Yep.
And then there'll be stones because it's
that's
CSM.
yeah.
I want to finish that run.
Yep.
Oh, I want to make one of those.
What's the
pedestals.
last stone?
450 something.
450.
So,
Yeah.
But it's 56, so it's like
56
I go quite a bit
inch,
higher.
yeah.
And on those pedestals, so
Because
I
you're
think
at
I can-
48.
Yeah.
You
I think I
cleared
can-
that bar.
I
No
think
problem.
I can get it. Just
Yeah.
a matter of can I get to the end of a run at the end of
Yeah.
a show.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It's a 1-day show, August 24th.
Oh, okay.
What's being
8
done
events
on
1 day?
RDS.
8 events in 1 day?
5 events.
5 events. Oh,
sorry.
okay.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was always 2 days.
It used to be, but
Right.
now with the TV deal with RDS or RTS, RDS, I don't know which one it is. JF needs more TV content, so I think
Right.
he's making it a 1-day show the last couple of years to get it televised, which I think is great.
Yeah.
But that'll be nice because apparently that one's like all expenses paid for me, so I don't have to worry about scrounging together cash and
Yeah.
splitting rooms with people. Works out okay, so I'm pretty pumped for that one. I'm sure they'll announce the events pretty shortly
Yep.
because They just had Easterns today.
Today, yeah.
Shout out Carrie Vanderstelt, won.
Okay, yeah, I didn't hear who won or anything.
Yeah, well, Carrie's been working really hard to put a bunch of weight on this year.
Right.
And he's looking strong.
Right.
He smoked the 273-pound sear dumbbell.
Okay.
And he looked like he could have gone for a triple.
Wow.
He looked so solid under that thing. So really good for him. Really pumped about that. I think it was... Ooh. Pull up the circuit pitch. I can't remember. I want to say it was... No, I'm not going to speak out of turn. I think I know who it was, but I can't remember.
Circuit Tom Fort. What are we looking at?
Just the most recent post. They had the podiums up.
Carey, and then Frederick Rayom.
Oh, yeah, so it was
and
Fred.
Sam Daigle.
Yeah, and so Sam Daigle apparently is... apparently that's like a massive improvement for him in the last year. I don't know many of the guys out east. I know Carey because we just talk all the time. He was the one who predicted me to win Westerns. I'm sorry, Carey.
Yep.
I let you down.
Yeah.
But I told him, I was like, so you're going to win Easterns? And he's like, oh, I don't know. I'll be there even if I don't qualify.
Yeah.
And he just walked away with a dominant performance.
Wow. Yeah.
Just crushed it. I think he one-motioned every natural stone except for the last one.
Okay. Yeah.
And the only reason he didn't one-motion that one is because it was like a big tombstone. He just couldn't. He just couldn't one-motion it. It was too wide.
Just had to fight it.
Yeah, but he didn't even fight it. It was just lapping up. It was quick.
Right.
So that was really good. And then, yeah, I guess that'll round out the roster. So I know from the West we'll have myself, Colton, Sam, and Tristan.
Nice.
And then...
Jeffers, no?
No, because he's doing North Americans.
Right.
So I guess if he podium North Americans, he would get in, but...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, he podiumed last year. Didn't he win CSM? Who won CSM last year?
He got second at CSM last year.
Right.
It was Gabriel won last year.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like a half point.
That should be an automatic in for CSM again, though.
It should be, but JF
not
wants
though?
guys to do their shows, right?
Okay.
Podium isn't, I don't think. Maybe it is, and Jeffers just isn't going. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Jeffers isn't the type to not do CSM.
No.
So I just think it's not an option to him this year.
Yep.
But he's got a big year planned. I mean, he's got a baby coming. Well, that kind of stuff.
Sounds like he's
so.
feeling strong.
He's looking strong. He's coming back from surgery really nicely, so that'll be good. But it'll be good. Like I said, I see how CSM goes. I mean, I got 10 weeks to prep, so I'm still going to do MSM. I'm still going to do Gimli. I just won't prep for them.
Right.
Kind of treat them as like heavy training days. MSM, I just got to defend the title. I can't let Dan just have it.
Dan doesn't
it'll
want to
be,
just
it'll be
have
an
it
interesting
either, so.
show because I mean, there's a lot of stuff in there I just haven't done. I mean, Max Farmers, I've never really trained farmers, so be good to see what happens.
And farmers are pick point is different, and I wasn't a fan of the grippy handles, to be honest. The grippy handle ones. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. I haven't played with them. So.
Hopefully, I like his other ones. They're the big dog handles or whatever they are, the Bartos handles or whatever. Those are nice.
The Bartos ones are nice.
Yeah.
So which ones do you guys end up using though? Which
we
handles?
used his new ones with the chrome pins that slide in and they got grip.
Oh,
on
those
them.
are the Bartos ones, I think.
No, those are Titan.
Are they Titan?
Yeah.
Okay. I have no
Brand new.
idea.
He just got them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, either way, I'll be curious to see. I mean, there's a dying over there.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm very curious to see what I can put up on the split jerk after putting up the 360 on the axle.
Yep.
I think if I give it a couple sessions and practice it, I think I can get some pretty decent on that.
Yep. Are you back rack or front rack on that?
I'll probably back rack it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't get a full front rack. Well, I could, but it's just not the most comfortable thing.
Yeah,
You
you lose a lot of inertia when you can't fully sit it on your chest. I think like an Olympic lifter can fully sit it on their
it's
chest.
just that I'm not comfortable with the axle. It's not bad because it's just a pop.
Yeah.
With that, it's kind of like the rolling back into your hand and catching. It's kind of weird. So
yeah.
We'll play with
Behind
that.
the neck just feels comfortable for me.
Yeah, the throwing. I think I'll win that event.
Yeah, you're a pretty good
I'm
thrower.
good at throwing at the keg now. Dan's a good thrower, but I'm just. I just know that I'm a good thrower.
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about that. Squat.
You should be okay with that.
Should be okay with that. I've been prepping for it.
Yeah.
It's not very high. It's like 550.
Right.
So in theory, I should be able to just take it for a ride.
Yeah.
And I hope that as defending
I put that rack
champion-
together the other day so we can bring it in here and
Nice.
set up the jerk blocks and try and.
Well, I'm hoping that as defending champion, I should get to go last on that. I should.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
I think.
Because you got to assume it's going to be first. What's first?
It is.
event?
I think it is the first
Or
event.
Max
Squad
Farmer
is
first
first.
event. No.
I think squat was first.
Okay. Yeah.
Can't remember. But
Yeah.
either way,
Definitely should get that.
I should get to go last.
Yeah, I would say. Yep.
We'll see. That'll be a good show down in Vita.
Yep.
It's the only thing I'm not happy about is I don't want to drive 2 hours to start my day.
Yeah.
That's just whatever.
It's a long drive. Yeah.
It is what it is, and like I get it. I hope that in the next couple of years the sport starts moving more urban.
Yep.
Because it's far for everybody now.
Yep.
You know, it's like, I mean, Devin stepped back and basically his entire gym stopped doing strongman.
Yep.
So it's like, it's not like, I mean, there's the people in Winkler, but like really it's the majority of the athletes are either north or in the city. And
Yep.
it's like, it'd be nice to see things like at the Buffalo Barbecue or the Red River X or something, right?
Yep.
Like Manitoba's Strongest Man at the Red River X. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Right. But like, it'd be nice to see things not so rural. Because I mean, gas is expensive, and it's just I just don't like sitting in a car that long.
Yep.
Says the guy who drove to Westerns, but Shelby later foot down. She's like, "We're not driving to CSM." I'm like, "No, they pay for my flights. That'd be silly too."
Yeah. That'd be dumb.
And we'll have to tune my truck up before we take it down to Texas.
Yep.
Because I mean, I'll bring all your
yours all
guys'
fixed
stuff,
up and-
get everything fixed up, and take it down.
Yep.
It's just not a spring chicken anymore. It makes me sad.
Get Sam to meet up with us somewhere there and get some gear from him.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm
Get a
sure
Monster
Rogue is a sponsor for OSG, aren't they?
No, I don't
Are they not?
think they are.
Oh, they do
no.
the Shot Classic.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe we'll figure something out. We'll
Yeah.
get something set up. We should find some equipment down there, though. It's got to be something.
Yeah. I'll check the
Where's Mike
Craigslist.
Bartos at?
I don't know.
Is he down in Texas?
Slater's down there, isn't he?
Slater's in Ohio as well, I think.
Is he in Ohio? Oh, yeah, he's Ohio too, yeah.
Well, we'll drive for the Arnold next year. I've already been told by Tom and Matt that I'm bringing a trailer.
Okay.
So, that could be fun. Tom has a spending problem.
Yep.
Well, he quit his job, so now he's full-time doing the gym.
Yep.
So he's going to have a spending problem, I think, when he starts putting the gym back together and doing what he wants. So
Yeah.
he's got some cool plans that he's been bouncing off me, so that'll be
Yeah.
interesting.
Right on. He's an ambitious guy too.
Strong Mania,
That'll be fun. Yep.
you guys are in for, oof.
A treat.
Yeah, that the household is not what people think it is,
Right.
and it's going to screw a lot of people up, I think.
Right.
Garrett, if you played with it today, keep your mouth shut. No one. It's not ready yet, but
Yeah.
I know what you're holding it by,
Yep.
and it's not going to be fun.
Not fun. Yep.
Well, no, I think it's. No, we can talk about it. Tom's. I
can't remember if he said
it's a
you-
dog bone handle,
Yeah.
so it's an open palm hold, so that's gonna screw with some people, I think.
Yep.
And the chuck walk is just. I think I'm supposed to go and help him test it. Maybe you'll come by too, actually, just because it'll be good to have different body types.
Yeah.
I think on Wednesday potentially.
Okay. Yeah.
That thing is gonna. That's gonna be a soul crusher.
Nice,
I can
yeah.
just already tell.
The fish thing is fun too. Throwing the fish thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He just had some sweatshop in China make those up for him.
Oh, really?
I think that's what he said.
Nice.
Got it from like Alibaba somewhere. He's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, can you make these up for me?" And they made him a couple samples.
Nice.
And he's just like, "This is all I need." And
Yeah.
they're just hilarious.
Yeah. Hopefully, he has a spare too, just in case
I
one
hope
breaks
so.
or something.
But I told
yeah.
him too. I was like, I don't think they're gonna break.
No.
they're pretty rugged, and he's
Yeah.
been beating them up. I told him,
Yeah.
I was like, you should like Google, like glue some googly eyes to them.
Yeah.
Make them funny, you know.
That's
So
straight.
those
Yeah.
that'll be a fun one. Probably do like a hammer throw style. I think is going to be the technique on those.
Yeah, he kind of threw. He just put a video up
a little
there.
bit of a spin.
Hopefully, people don't get wild and throw sideways and shit like that.
I think hopefully no one throws it into the river. 'Cause it's down at the waterfront.
Yeah.
So hopefully no one chucks it into the
That's
the
what I
river.
mean. Yeah, you could have bystanders getting hit.
I'm not diving in there.
Yeah. The
Let's
better
go get a
athletes
real
are-
catfish.
Yeah, you'd be throwing a real catfish.
Exactly. We'll improvise. But I don't think that's going to happen. But
No,
it should
sometimes
be
you
should
gotta
be a good
call
show.
them
I think we're about 5 weeks out from that one. 4 weeks out from that one.
Yeah, be Shelby's first show.
Shelby's first show.
Yep.
Be good. It should be a good hometown crowd. I'm excited for that one. I think it'll be good. Rodeo weekend.
There you go. You don't have to drive.
Exactly. Finally, I don't have to drive. So that is nice though to have Tommy more involved with that stuff because he's a showman. He
Yep.
likes to put stuff on. So that'd be a good show. You know, Dan and I are already signed up to ref that one. I'm sure you'll
Yep.
be running something.
I'll be there. Yeah,
Probably be marshalling athletes. Something. You're
I'll
mean.
be yelling at somebody.
Exactly. That'll work.
what I do.
So. And no, I'm not going to ref the women's lane. I'll let Dan be mean to Shelby. I'll be giving IPF down commands to Garrett. You think I'm joking?
Full lockout.
Full
Yep.
lockout. Shoulders back, eye contact. None of
Sexy
those-
eye contact.
Yeah, intimate eye contact.
Very
at least 2
intimate.
seconds. Bonus points if you lick your lips. So it should be good. A lot of stuff going on in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, yeah. We'll have more epis we can do.
Yeah,
Lots to talk
I guess
about,
next
so-
week we'll do probably an MSM prediction.
Yeah, we'll get the list from Tyler if he'll
Get a list from Tyler.
part ways
He'll
with
do
it. Yep.
He hasn't been doing much podcasting. He's just too busy.
Yeah.
So
It's a
it's
busy
a
time
shame.
of year. Yep.
Tyler, fire your podcast up. Delegate something. You
We'll
got
come down.
friends.
We'll come down and join you.
Yeah. Well, I already told him I was like Westerns recap.
Yeah.
But I just haven't got to it yet. So I don't know. Maybe he'll take me up. Maybe he won't. I don't know. But I mean, he's just so busy now running everything. It's
Yep.
right in the middle of the season. I don't
Yep.
think you'll see many Iron Age radio podcast episodes for a while at least.
Yeah.
Hopefully he gets in the groove and has some time. I mean, I know he enjoys it. So hopefully he has some free time coming up soon to
Yep.
pump a couple episodes out, because it's always nice to hear a different perspective on the local
yeah.
stuff.
Yep.
We just talk out of our ass.
Yeah, we just talk shit.
Yeah, it's easy. So, but we'll cut her there. Gord's
Yeah.
fading.
I'm going back for a nap.
Yeah, another nap.
Try again
Third
tomorrow.
of the day. Yep, exactly.
I've been sleeping all day.
Yeah, we'll hit some jerks tomorrow.
Yeah.
So,
Did he get his jerk walks at the gym?
No, we're still waiting on them.
What's that?
Still waiting on them.
Okay.
So,
Fun.
yeah, we'll see how long that takes, but
Yeah.
let's just order the rogue ones. Sam. But yeah, so until next time.
Until next time.
Podcast fans.
Ciao, y'all. Yeah, baby. Love you long time.